Welcome back to another episode of Basement Birds. We got a guest today, Reid. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? The one, the only, Tony the Artist, ladies and gentlemen.
He's back.
Thank you, thank you.
Put those hands down, dude.
How do we do like those sound effects? Can I get someone to clap here? Here we go.
Are you trying to get us to clap or a clap sound here, Reid?
Is it not working?
No.
I have to hit the live button.
There it is. Thank you, thank you.
I think you mean this one.
Well, I tell
Why
you,
can't I hear that one?
I was gonna say I
don't
must
know,
have
dude.
did something right last time or something because you guys had me back a second time.
Well,
Oh, there's a volume slider you got to hit.
I think it was
There you go.
that accurately sums up your performance last time on the show. A
Ooh.
joke. But so
You're firing
But
tonight.
no. I mean, we for those of the avid listeners, we were talking a couple weeks ago about high school football,
Yeah.
and you know,
We didn't know
we've
much
got
of it.
the man, the myth, the legend himself, Tony DeNardis, and he is the Illinois high school football expert, forefront knowledge.
We called the
Of-
reinforcements.
Hey, I'll take that title if you want to give it to me.
I mean, something like that. But
Yeah.
we wanted you to see if you could explain to us how high school football is set up in Illinois, because neither of us, well, mostly me. I mean, I've only lived here my entire life and still don't understand how it works. But you know, I thought we could maybe start right there.
Yeah, so basically there's 8 classes for high school football. Now, it gets a little confusing because other sports such as baseball, volleyball, and others only go up to 4. So it's kind of confusing for people that aren't familiar with the sport. And in terms of how they kind of classify each school and each team, a lot of it's based on the school size. So that's why teams like Lockport, Joliet West, a lot of the other big public schools in the area around here are in that Class A. And a lot of times, it also...
Why are you smiling, dude?
I don't know. But a lot of times, it also depends on how you perform during the season as well. So, like, JCA,
Really?
for instance, where I went, there used to be at one time in 6A. Then they went down to 5A, and then they went down to 4A because they had a couple bad seasons. But then if you
that's tough.
make a couple appearances to the state final in a row, you can get bumped up a class. And your school size doesn't even play a factor in that.
So it's like promotion and relegation in soccer.
I don't know that.
In the
Soccer?
European leagues, that's what they
Yeah.
do. In the European
Okay.
leagues, that's what they do.
See, there
So,
we go.
like, whoever's in last place gets relegated to.
Yeah. I think I've heard that.
And then whoever's, and that's just something more to like play for. Then especially, I feel like in pro sports sometimes. I mean, we see it in the NBA now. Like, sometimes the athletes maybe, let off the gas pedal a little bit, but that I think
Load
keeps
management.
competition high. So there's 8. How many classes? 6.
There's 8 classes, yes.
Okay, and the largest and best is 8.
I don't know if I always say it's the best because there's a lot
Because
of...
JCA's not in it.
Well, hey,
Ooh.
a couple years ago when JCA was in 4A back in 2018 or 2021, they were the best team, I think, in the state of Illinois. But I'm just saying, here's another thing that's going to confuse you.
Maybe a
So-
little bias there, but okay.
Here's a thing for you. So in terms of conferences, right? Not everybody... Let's see. So not everybody in your class is necessarily in your conference. So like JCA, for instance, is in 5A, but they are in the same conference as a couple 8A schools.
That's weird.
So that gets a little
Yeah.
interesting.
You think that
So how does
conferences
that-
would be all the same class?
You would, but at least like with the Catholic schools in the Chicagoland area, they have the Chicago Catholic League. That's like a huge league, but then there's like how many different branches of it? So there's like the West region, the East region, and it's all the different Catholic League schools that are all broken up into different divisions. And I think they try to balance it, because if you look at each one, there's like an 8A team in one, then there's a 5A, and then a 6A, and they kind of do that with each one. But most of those schools, even though they're in different classes, they're pretty much all equally balanced in terms of talent.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at this Catholic or Chicago Catholic League. There's 18 teams in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy.
So are they at all? Is it at all based on location, or not necessarily? It's just based on skill and size.
In terms of conference alignment, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't. At least with that league, I think it's just mainly the Chicagoland area. I don't think it depends if you're in Chicago or a team's in New Lenox or Joliet. I don't think that makes a difference. And they change them like every how many years. So like there was a time where JCA and Providence, which is a big rivalry, were in separate conferences. But then for whatever reason, a couple years ago, I think it was 2 or 3, they put them back in the same conference. So it's weird. They always change it up, and I don't know if they just want different teams seeing different people, so you're not repeating the same schedule every year, maybe. But it's always changing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
it's a weird concept, I know.
Well, yeah, especially hockey, man. Hockey it's nice and easy. You know, there's one division. Well, I guess there's a couple divisions. There's depending on that's more based on location though.
Okay.
Than anything else, because they have like the Catholic League that has all the Catholic schools, but then there's West, and Illinois West and all that stuff. So, but yeah, interesting. So,
and I want to say another thing too. Class, I hear it from people all the time, especially some of my friends that went to some of those 8A schools, and they're always trying to mess with me, saying, "Oh yeah, we're an 8A, we're far more superior." Blah, blah, blah. Just because you're in the top class doesn't mean that you're one of the better teams in the area. Like I said, it's based on school size. I see it all the time where a team maybe in the class 5 or 6A takes down an 8A team. Happens all the time. So for those people out there that think just because you're an 8A means you're the best, that's not the case.
And so, I mean, when, would you say on average, like the past 5 years, let's say? I mean, each division, each class, I should say, has their own state championship, right? You're the 8A state champion. So I guess when would they play? I guess that you said conferences though doesn't necessarily consist of all the class, right? So then it's just like haphazard who they decide to play. I mean.
Yeah, so, like, there's a lot of non-conference matchups. So, like I said, at least in that Catholic League, there's only 4 teams per conference, and you play 9 games in the regular season. So most of the time, you're playing teams that are out of your class and out of your conference, but then when you get into conference play, you're still playing teams out of your class. So in a sense, I mean, at least in football, the conference standings don't necessarily matter. I mean, it matters because you want to get into the playoffs and you have to either reach 4 or 5 wins to have a chance to get in. But there's not like some other sports where you play a conference tournament or there's stuff that leads up to that. Once the playoff starts, you just get into a huge bracket of everybody from that class. So you don't even have to go through your conference. Let's say there's a tie at the end of the season. It doesn't make a difference because everyone just goes into that big bracket of 5 playoff games.
Wait, so there's no conference matchups, you said?
Or there's no conference tournament at the end of the season.
Oh, you just have like the regular season winner is the winner of the conference? They don't play anyone for that title?
No. Yeah, whoever's at the top at the end of the season.
Okay. I was going to ask that because that would be interesting how that works if you have a conference with, a 5A team playing an 8A team, and then, if that 8A team wins but the 5A team is still good, do they just like get left out of the state tournament? Or that's interesting.
It is interesting because once the season ends, I mean, you look at your conference games because usually that determines your strength of schedule and kind of the quality of the wins that you have, and that kind of all goes into deciding who gets seeded where once you get into the playoffs. But like we said, though, in terms of conference, you could tie, and it doesn't make a difference. And really what the rule of thumb is, if you get to 5 wins, no matter who it's against, you get into the playoffs in high school football.
Gotcha.
So, could you then talk through what the postseason looks like? Because you said you have 9 regular season games.
Yeah.
And then you end when? You end probably November, December, like regular season?
Regular season actually ends the last week of October. So there's only a few weeks left of the regular season.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then playoff time, if you win a state title, you have to win 5 games in the playoffs. So that takes you up to the weekend of Thanksgiving. So the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving is the state championship for all 8 classes.
Sure.
And it's just like a general bracket for each class then? You know, like first plays 8 or whatever, and then it just kind of...
Yeah,
how many teams make the playoffs? Does everyone make the playoffs?
They don't. And I don't know the exact number. It's a lot. I know that.
Yeah.
If you have to win 5 games, what would that put you at?
What do you mean? Like what seed?
That's 5 rounds then, right?
Yeah, a 5-round bracket is what? 32 teams?
No idea.
32
yeah,
to
I'd
16.
have to look at the exact number. I mean, it's a lot.
8 to 4 to 2.
Because
I mean, that's way too much math for Logan.
Yeah,
I'm doing quick math, Logan. I think it's.
No, sorry, Reid.
I think it would be 32, but continue.
No, I was gonna say it kind of.
It's 32.
Is it?
Bang.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm a wizard.
So if you think of that, you do 32 times 8. I mean, that's a lot of schools getting into the playoffs in Illinois. Attaboy, Reid.
Oh! We have to start using the soundboard more.
No, but I was going to
turn it down. It's going to be blowing people's ears out. But
I'll
Tony's
just
not done
the audio,
talking.
and then we'll be fine.
No, I was going to say too, though. Like,
more.
It kind of works like just your traditional bracket, though. Like if you're a top seed, obviously you're going to play a lower seed. And the thing that's interesting about that, even if you're a better seed, a lot of times it doesn't determine if you're going to have home field advantage or not in the playoffs. So like you could, I forgot the exact rule for it, but you could go on the road and win a playoff game against a team that's ranked higher than you, but then you could go back home the following week and play a team that's still better than you, but you still get to play at home. It's something weird if you win in the first round. There's some weird rule behind it.
This is really bizarre, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I feel like you need to brush up on your...
I do. Well, hey, once the end of October gets here, I'll have that answer for you.
There you go.
So, but then, like, so the state championship is, like, when? The week before Thanksgiving? Week of Thanksgiving, you said?
It is literally, it's divided into 2 days. So class 1A through 4A is the Friday right after Thanksgiving, so Black Friday. And then...
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a busy weekend.
Football Friday.
So, what does it look like? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, and then class 5 through 8A is Saturday. So back-to-back days.
Okay.
Okay. And so then what does it look like after that? Is there like a national tournament that
there was no more
teams
football.
go to?
No, there's no. Yeah, Reed's right. There's no, like, there's national rankings. Like, if you look it up, there's teams that are ranked nationally, but there's no national tournament or playoff or whatever you want to call it.
See, why is that then? I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
You know, I don't know, because if you look at it, I mean, baseball doesn't do it.
I don't think. Are there any high
basketball
school
doesn't do
sports
it.
that do a national tournament for
They
high school?
used to I know they used to a long time ago, because I've seen banners like back from like the 1950s and 60s that had national champions on it. But like, yeah, that's a good question. That is a good question, though, Logan. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Were those actual championships that those teams won, or was it just them like declaring themselves the national championship for ending the season as like the number 1 team?
No, that's a good point.
You can't wait. No. You cannot just declare yourself national champion.
No, I mean you might.
You're the number 1
UCF
seed.
did it for 1 year.
You might declare it, but I don't think they're going to give you a banner for it.
UCF did it.
Well.
For what?
For
football?
For football, yeah.
Well, when was that?
Recently.
UCF has never been good in football in my lifetime. I know that for a fact.
No. They claimed a national title in 2017.
UCF.
They claimed it, though? I don't understand.
You're talking about the University of Central Florida.
Yes.
Alabama.
college,
I think
though.
Alabama won the national champ. I'm just telling you right now.
Oh,
Central
I know,
Florida
I know, but they claimed a national championship.
I don't know.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
That doesn't
Gotcha.
make sense
Stand
to
by.
me.
Okay, so they went 11-0 in the regular season. They had to cancel some game. Okay. They went to the 2018 Peach Bowl. They faced number 7 Auburn and beat them to close out their undefeated season with a 13-0 record. And their athletic director claimed a national championship for the team.
That's probably because they just won a bowl game.
And the Cooley Matrix, Cooley Matrix,
Tony.
Oh my
had
gosh!
them as the number one team of the season. I can't believe you didn't know this. They even went. They went to
because
Walt
it's not
Disney World to celebrate, Tony.
Of course they did. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, they gave out rings and everything.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
participation rings.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
I-
well, that's
I-
like
I-
the. Well,
I
did
got
not
a
hear
question
that,
for you,
Tony.
Tony.
The Predators put a banner up for winning the conference championship, and they went to the Stanley Cup and they won their the conference championship, and they put up a banner. So is it like
teams
that?
do that though. That's a lot different.
No,
'cause
it
you
wasn't
actually
bad
won.
teams.
No, but they actually won the conference though. UCF won a bowl game.
No,
that doesn't
that
make
was
them
some
national
other banner
champions.
they put up that you're thinking of, Logan.
No, but that's
They-
true though.
they
Teams
put up the
do that.
Division, maybe.
They put up
Teams
the
do that,
regular
though.
season Western Conference champions.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah, that's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
like it's not like they won and then advanced to the
Yeah.
Stanley
But
Cup.
they-
But
yeah.
at least they still did it though.
yeah,
They're not
okay.
lying.
Okay, so Tony, I
Tony's getting all defensive.
I got
I
a
didn't even know
question
this was
for
a
you.
thing, but it's not right. No.
I got a question for you, Tony. This goes to college football. Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. So, you obviously have claimed national titles, but you look at a lot of programs that have unclaimed national titles. What does that mean?
Well, I think a lot of that's back from like, God, who knows what, 50-something years ago.
I would say, is that from so long ago when there wasn't a year-end championship game to
and,
determine
that's-
one team?
Honestly, hasn't been going on for that long to where they actually have a championship.
I would
I
say
think
that's relatively new.
I think that's like since the 90s or something, right? Where like teams that would have, I could have swore there was something where teams that may have the best record would like claim a title, but I didn't think they actually had like a
let's see.
definitive championship type game. Because like in the early 2000s,
That's a really good question.
They had like the BCS
Yeah.
championship is what they called it, and then I don't know, 10 or so years ago they switched over to the college football playoff format.
Yeah. National championship games.
But yeah,
So, like, historically, the national championship games used to be a bowl game.
Yeah, because I think, was it 99? Somewhere around that time, I think there was two teams that co-shared the title at the end of the season.
Yeah,
Co-shared?
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word.
I don't know if it is, but it is today. They both claimed a title,
Guy.
co-winners, I guess.
I see.
I think it was Alabama and somebody. I don't know what year that was. But
And they just decided they were both winners.
yeah, because I'm telling you, there was a year, I'd have to look it up.
Was the BCS the first time there was an actual national championship game?
I'm thinking it was. Is that what it says?
I don't know. I'm trying to decipher through this.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, yeah, because I know that started, I think, in the 2000s.
Oh, this is interesting. So the BCS started in 99, it looks like. It was first played for the 1998 college season, so that would have been 99, as one of 4 designated bowl games. And then in 2006, it was a standalone event.
Really? Standalone. See,
Interesting.
I know, I'd have to look that up, because when I looked it up, the BCS, it says championship, the first one was won in 98.
Yes.
But then I don't know what they had before that.
I don't really
Can
know.
I just say this
is really confusing.
I'm so lost right now. I don't
I'm
know
also
what you're
lost.
talking about.
I'm looking
You
at
got all
this
these
all in front of me.
acronyms, BCS. Like, I don't know what that means.
Okay, this is even
Better college football.
This is going to confuse you even more.
Oh, God.
From 95 to 97, they had the Bowl Alliance.
Oh, yes. I did see that. I don't know what
And
that means.
then from 92 to 94, it was the Bowl Coalition.
Yes.
Apparently, which was like the so-called championship series, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So here we go. Okay.
Can't make it easy on you, I swear.
So
You're making it very complicated, actually. Not easy
this
at
is
all.
really
No,
funky.
I'm saying they can't keep it easy on you. College football.
Oh, yeah.
There
No.
used to be split championships.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, so from 1968, the year the AP poll began crowning its champion after bowl games, to 1992, the number 1 and number 2 teams entering bowl season only matched up in a bowl game 6 times. After consensus national champions were announced for the 90 and 91 seasons, the bowl coalition went into place beginning with the 92 season. It formed through an agreement between conferences and bowl games set up a national championship game between the top 2 games each season. After 3 seasons, that became the Bowl Alliance, which lasted for 3 seasons as well. This says there was a major flaw in this system. The Pac-10 and the Big
You can't have
Ten
major flaws now.
were not involved because they were contractually obligated to play in the Rose Bowl. And the Rose Bowl did not allow them to play in the title game, even if they were 1 or 2. Okay. But this did not lead to a consensus national championship. Oh my gosh, for the 97th season, Nebraska was named the national champion via the coaches poll, following its Orange Bowl win over Tennessee, but Michigan was named the national champion via the AP after winning the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
So then the Big Ten and Pac-12 along with the Rose Bowl joined the Bowl Alliance members to create a system that's known as the BCS. It did not have a standalone title game until the 2006 season.
So basically, is what they're saying is before the BCS started, there
Before
was really
06, you didn't have a
no sole winner
yeah.
of the college football
Well,
season.
I guess with the BCS you had, this says the top 2 teams squared off in a national championship game via a rotating group of the 4 elite bowls, Fiesta, Sugar, Orange, and Rose. Huh,
Right.
That's real interesting. Okay.
Which are all still bowls today.
Which are all still bowls and part of the expanded playoff now.
Yep.
Okay.
Well-
The championship. Okay.
It's a lot more easier now. I mean, oh my goodness.
And then you hit the college
Well-
football playoff, which started in 2014. So a
Yep.
standalone national championship game only began in 06.
Yeah.
Or
That's
I guess
insane.
it began in 06, was played in 07. Does anyone want to guess who the first team was to win
And
that
Tony
game?
was still 3 years
In
yet to be
07,
born at 2006.
It wasn't Florida, was it?
Was it Florida?
Was it?
It was Florida. They beat Ohio State 41-14.
Thank you.
Did you just give yourself a high five? Is that what that was?
Reed,
Stand by,
give me the
stand by.
applause.
There you go.
Well,
There we go.
this feels like an appropriate transition point to move over to everybody's favorite segment, Odd News. Dun dun. We need like
we were supposed to say
a
odd
horn
news.
or something. Odd News.
The best I can do
Yeah.
is transition 2. Ooh.
And we're back with Odd News. All right, here
One
we
second.
go.
I have transition 5 I want to try as well.
Oh, that one's nice
Ooh.
and airy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
All right.
First of all, I'm over here. We get all these odd news sources from UPI, is the website that we tend to go to. There's a trending tab in the top here. Oil Depot is trending. Not really sure what that means. But there's a lot of some interesting trending.
Oh, that's because
Sticker
Ukraine
mule?
just struck
I don't know
a
what that
oil
is.
depot in Crimea. Oh, gosh.
Okay, well,
Interesting.
you know what was not struck and broken was an egg that was dropped 83 feet by
Wow.
a student in Pennsylvania to
Oh my
break a
gosh.
world record. 83 feet. First of all,
Someone say
Tony,
Pennsylvania?
a lot of these odd news stories, there's a lot of odd things going on in Pennsylvania.
Obviously.
And then this time it's not just Reed's facial hair. It's just, this is
Good one.
a world record. A world record.
Oh,
World
Logan.
record for someone who dropped an egg 83 feet and it didn't break. So, first of all, that is very impressive because 83 feet is a long distance. The previous world record was 54.1 feet,
Oh,
and
they
that was set
crushed
back in December of 23. Yeah, and this was a raw egg The egg drop team was compiled of a couple high school seniors, along with Valley Forge Middle School students. So these are kids who's breaking the record here. A lot of video evidence and paperwork to compile over the past couple days. So Reid and I have still yet to decide what our world record is going to be, Tony, that we are going to break live on stream. Any suggestions for the record that Reid and I should try and break?
Well, no, I was going to say, do you guys have any thoughts of ones that maybe you could break?
No.
I don't know. I mean, 83 feet, that's pretty high for an egg drop. So the jury's out on that one, I think.
I mean, what's the record for amount of birds caught in a person's basement?
I think that's a good question.
I'm just saying. I mean,
Boy, Tony.
You got a good start to it, Logan.
We've already got 5. And Reid was here for remember that, Reid, when we were like, oh yeah, I was like, there's birds in the basement. You didn't believe me?
Yeah, we were all here.
And then there was multiple birds in the basement. Yeah. So I don't know, but
I'll tell you this: I'm at 0, so you're 5 above me. So
yeah, well,
5.
You said 5, right?
Foot long. I said 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
5.
Jeez.
5 that we caught. There was 2 more, but those met an untimely end, unfortunately. But yeah.
Womp womp.
Nice.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Odd news, baby. Come on back.
For my odd news, nailed that transition. Mine is labeled "Mailed Job Application Returned to Woman After Nearly 50 Years." This takes us over
50 years.
Takes us over the pond to Britain. This woman applied for a job.
I knew the U.S. Postal Service was slow, but come on.
This woman applied for a job to be a motorcycle stunt rider, and she had her application returned to her after nearly 50 years lost at a post office. This woman is now 70.
Pause. Motorcycle stunt
rider. Yeah, some Evel Knievel kind of stuff. Yep.
Okay.
So she's 70 now. She mailed the application January of 1976, hoping to land her dream job. And she goes, I was always wondered why I never heard back about the job. Now I know why. This is great. It arrived in the mailbox with a note that said, late delivery by post office found behind a drawer only about 50 years late.
They found...
Oh, my gosh.
What did the note say? Did they have a picture of the note?
It does not appear so. The best part, though, is that this woman says how they found me when I've moved house 50-odd times and then moved countries 4 or 5 times is a mystery.
Oh.
And she said that she remembers sitting in her flat in London, typing the letter. That was a terrible accent.
That was
better than anything I'm going to do.
She goes, every day I looked at my post, I realized there was nothing there, and I was so disappointed because I really, really wanted to be a stunt rider on a motorcycle.
That was better.
Oh,
this did not curb her daredevil instincts. She did other jobs, though, like a snake handler, aerobatic pilot, and flying instructor.
What? Who is this lady?
I don't know. But there was a spokesperson for the Royal Mail that said the story behind the postcard's late arrival is unclear, but it was most likely found somewhere and placed back in the mail recently, rather having been lost in the mail for over a century. Just crazy.
This might be a Knievel descendant here or something.
Yeah, that's wild.
Long lost cousin of Sir Evil himself.
Sir Evil himself. There you go.
Yes, the evilest of Knievels.
The evilest of Knievels.
Is Sir Evil?
Yes. Sir Evil Knievel.
Oh, I do have a I do have a photo of the letter actually.
Oh, you want to share it or what? Did you? How did that look last week when we shared the screen? Did it not look good?
Yeah, let's see if I can do this properly. It did look good. It did look good.
Share.
Well, then we need to see. Then when Tony has his odd news as well.
I'm ready whenever Reid's wrapped
Post
up here.
Office.
He's ready to go.
Share. Is this working?
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Here it is. Can I zoom in here? Let's try. Is this working?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Found behind a drawer, only about 50 years late. Signed by you. Now who? Huh?
Huh?
That part I'm a little confused on.
I can't tell what that says.
That says yards. 50 yards late. YDS. Isn't it yards?
Years. It's supposed to be years.
It's years.
It's a little R. There's a little connector right there, Logan. How about that, though? That's incredible.
That's insane.
How do I stop this now?
And you can still read
there
it,
we
too,
go.
which is crazy after all that time.
Right? Well, it didn't, like, move at all, I don't think.
Okay.
And what do you mean it did? I mean, do you think there? Why wouldn't you be able to read it?
Well, I mean, over
pens
time, I
only
mean,
last?
it's going from how many different locations, stuff could get ripped, stuff could get
I don't
wet.
think it actually moved, though. It just got stuck behind a drawer.
Well, hey.
Sorry to rain on your parade, Tony.
I'm just
Don't you
trying
hate
to...
it when you accidentally drop your paper in the sink?
Yeah. All right, Tony, you ready for yours?
I'm
going to give you a transition, okay? Ready?
Okay. All right, strap in, boys. There was a high-speed chase on US 1. There was a high-speed chase on US Highway 1 in Massachusetts, all right?
Okay.
Oh, boy.
But it was not a car. It was a bull. Escaped from a rodeo pen. There was an event in Massachusetts. 8 bulls got out, okay? So they were... Police cruisers were chasing them down the highway in Massachusetts through stores, across different streets, but apparently nobody was harmed, and they eventually corralled the bulls into a trailer with the help of state authorities. So we had a high-speed chase. There's a video here.
A high-speed bull chase.
High-speed bull chase down the highway. Oh, yeah, here's...
Wild.
Let me see. I gotta share this.
This video's fantastic.
This is funny.
Because he's got to share it. Again, did they catch any in a china shop? I feel like,
Okay.
oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here's this little guy. Not really a little guy. There he goes.
Yeah, that is not a small animal at all, Tony. That is a bull.
That is,
He's cruising, too. Open road.
that's a big
Open-
bull. I mean,
yeah.
He's full throttle right there.
There comes the cop. You got to pull over, Mr.
Yes.
Bull. That's what he's telling him.
He has broken through the secondary and is free.
He's free to the end zone.
I like your impression of the cop who you think is talking to the bull. That's what
He
I
was. He was yelling
here,
after the
Mr. Bull.
speaker, pull over, Mr. Bull.
Oh, my gosh. Jeez.
Oh, that's funny.
This is the police. Pull over.
That's the sound of the police. I don't have a sound effect for that, unfortunately, I don't think.
Oh, that's funny.
Siren? Nope, I got nothing. The best I can do is one of those guys.
Well, no, I mean that's perfect transition to a segue to the end because we are running out of time. So
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely.
something like that, or when you have someone who just will not shut the heck up the whole show. Tony, God,
I know.
too much talking.
I know. Good.
Thank you.
Got the jokes tonight.
This is good. We can clap ourselves out here.
Well, you can clap yourself into the segue of where people can
good
find
one.
the Basement Birds.
You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Basement
so
Birds.
obnoxious.
It's great.
so
I'll transition you into the outro. Okay, ready? Here you go.
Well, Tony, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it as always.
It's always a pleasure talking to you guys.
And we didn't have an
Not
AC
like-
vent blowing above your head this time.
I don't think we did last time, too. I had that under control.
Yeah, you had that. You had the AC turned off, so
That's good.
it was only 110 degrees off. This is true. After we were done, he sent me a photo of himself. He had no shirt on. It was ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. It's like, oh boy. Well, on that note, Tony, thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Tony.
guys.
Go put some more layers on, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
See ya.